Good morning. Before I begin, I would like to take a moment to thank my parents, Miss Underwood and the Fine Arts faculty, my choir family, Drama Troupe 4977, my mentors, friends and colleagues, and God for leading, inspiring, and allowing me to speak in front of you all today on behalf of the Fine Arts for the class of 2019. The Fine Arts Department at WCS is such an amazing place that has shaped and taught so many of us over the years. Throughout my 7-year journey at Westminster, my fellow students and I have been able to be our truest selves and not be judged for it. We have been pushed past our boundaries, whether it has been in class or in our after-school 4-hour rehearsals that often seem like 10 hours. We have been given a place of safety, a home for when we are upset and all we need is someone to talk to, a place of improvement where we can always strive to be better than the day we were before. But most importantly, the department and its teachers have given us a place to dream, where we can believe that anything and everything is possible. A dream is an absolutely beautiful thing. It allows us to think of what we can achieve and who we will become. Ever since we were little kids, the idea of having a dream was planted into our heads. We would sit in a class and a teacher would ask, "What's your dream?" And at that moment in time, the answer was probably something silly. But as teenagers, we have grown and matured a bit more as we head off into a new chapter of our lives. There seems to be this idea that dreaming is considered a childish thing, that people need to be more realistic instead. And while there's sense in that, I do believe that there's a key difference between being realistic and giving up. For example, there can be this new up-and-coming male artist who just won a Grammy for Best Song, who was probably told as a teenager that his dreams of being a singer-songwriter were unrealistic. Well, he kept going because he believed in his dreams. In another case, a female athlete that is proudly wearing a gold medal and singing the national anthem at her first Olympic Games was probably told she needed a backup plan because she would never be successful. She didn't listen because she knew she could make her dream a reality. On May 11th, the morning after our last official day of school, my dad, one of the wisest men I have ever met, sent me a text. He said, "Congratulations, welcome to the first day of your professional career. Now, go make your dreams come true." As we venture into adulthood, it's time for us to act in this monumental world. But without having a purpose or having that dream, people would just be sitting around and waiting for something to happen. So I ask again, what's your dream? Once you have a dream, you have step 1 complete. The next step is going on your journey to making this dream a reality. Some people can know immediately where they want to go, and for others, it might take a little longer. Everyone has a different journey and path that they have to take in order to get to their final destination. The funny thing is, you can be so sure of where you want to go, how your plan will be, and how you're going to get from point A to point B. And then God sees your plan and says, "Awesome, you have a plan." Sorry. See, God has plans for us already. In fact, He might not even take us to any of the places we thought we were going to go in order to make our dream a reality. There is a fine line between our idea of our journey and God's idea of our journey. All we have to do is trust Him and know that His plan is better than ours. See, there can be thousands upon thousands of different ways to get to your one destination. And there can be thousands upon thousands of people that want to get to the exact same place as you. But just because someone gets to your goal quicker doesn't mean that you're never going to get there. We will just have a couple more lessons to learn beforehand. God gave us our dreams for a reason, and it is important that we stick by Him because when times get tougher, He is the one that will always be there to guide us in the right direction. Now you have your dream. God has a plan. But what would happen to all of this if we just sit and wait? One of the incredible things I and many others have done at WCS is be able to tell a story and convey so many meaningful messages through the eyes of different characters. There is one dinner theater set in particular that we did this past year that presents and provokes such beautiful, profound, and intense thoughts and ideas. That set was Rent. For those that do not know, Rent is a phenomenal musical set in the 1990s that follows artists attempting to live life to the fullest and leave their mark on the world through their art. These artists were not waiting for a sign to tell them that they should fight for their dreams. They were out there chasing them, even when everyone around them was telling them that they would be nothing but failures. A moment I will never forget is the final performance of Rent in the Saturday Night of Dinner Theater. 11 girls were standing in a circle, holding hands with tears swelling up in our eyes, saying the words, "There's only us, there's only this. Forget regret, or life is yours to miss. No other road, no other way, no day but today." See, it was these final 4 words that hit all of us so profoundly. No day but today. No day but today. Oftentimes, we get caught up in the idea of having to live for tomorrow when we forget about living for today. Every single day, something can be done to make your dreams come true. Whether big or small, at least you did something. I was in a meeting one day with Mr. Gordon when he asked me, "Where do you want to be in 1 year?" And I answered, "Well, I don't want to sound too ambitious." At that moment in time, I was convinced I was going to get my head chopped off by everyone in the room. See, in that moment, I thought if it became exceptionally clear that day that ambition is the driving force of humanity. I thought, if the dreams I have are really my dreams, then why am I waiting? See, if it weren't for ambition and having a dream, the light bulb wouldn't exist. Phones wouldn't exist. We'd still be walking from place to place because Carl Benz didn't want to be ambitious enough to create the car. We wouldn't be anywhere without it. Dreams are a forecast of the future if you work hard and believe in them and yourself. If there's anything I would like people to take away from this speech, it would be to keep working and keep dreaming. The amazing things about working and dreaming is that those are 2 things that no one can ever take away from you. In our lives, no one can take away our hard work. People may try, but the work will prove for itself. Likewise, no one can take away your dreams. And most importantly, no one can take away your ability to dream. Dreams can take you thousands of different places, and they change over time. The things we dreamt when we were 5 are most likely not the dreams that we dream now as 17 and 18-year-olds, and that's totally okay. But it is what you do with that dream that eventually allows you to make it a reality. So with that, I leave you with a quote from the practically perfect nanny herself, Mary Poppins. "Anything can happen, it's official. You can choose the super or the superficial. Sally forth the way we're steering, obstacles start disappearing. Go and chase your dreams, you won't regret it. Anything can happen if you let it." So, class of 2019, let's go make our dreams come true.